What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we got a little bit of a different one for you guys. I'm going to be talking about some XDefiant again because this is the game that I've been putting a lot of my time into lately, especially when I'm not playing zombies. But don't worry guys, if you are here just for the zombies content, there will still be plenty of that. It's not going to be going anywhere. Today we're going to be talking about a little bit of a subject that I've been seeing all over online, and even one of the developers of XDefiant actually even responded to this. That's going to be to do with the bunny hopping and movement in this game. Believe me, I definitely got a few things to say. So we're going to jump right into this topic, but really quick, I do need to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor. If you guys are looking to get all of the character skins or possibly unlock all of those mastery camos in XDefiant, maybe you want to get some bot lobbies to help you out, or you could just buy a pre-made account that has absolutely everything already unlocked for you, be sure to check out Mitch Cactus. The biggest and most reliable sellers with tons of great reviews on Trustpilot, and not only do they do XDefiant, but they also do all of your other favorite games like Modern Warfare 3 and GTA. Be sure to use code REALG at checkout for 5% off your entire order for a limited time only. Now I'm really just going to come out and say it guys, if they completely remove this bunny hopping ability, or if they completely nerf it down to the point where it's almost completely useless, that might actually make me stop playing this game. I know there's going to be some people out there that are like, wait a minute, hold on, you're telling me that if somebody literally just takes out the bunny hopping in a game, it's actually enough to make you completely stop playing it? Well, yes, actually. XDefiant already has a little bit of a problem with being known as being a little bit more clunky on the movement side, especially to the new players of the game that don't really understand how the fundamentals and the mechanics of the game actually work. Now this is especially true for those people that are so used to playing Call of Duty, where strafing is actually very viable. In this game, strafing is not really viable at all and makes you go incredibly slow. My advice for most people if you want some better movement in this game is to just focusing on moving forward, and if you do want to turn, make sure that you're turning with your aiming, not trying to turn with your legs. Now for me personally, there is every once in a while that I will get killed by like a spam bunny hopper, but at the same time they are actually pretty easy to kill, and there is fatigue in the game. I'll actually go into the practice range here just so I can show you guys how this works. I'm going to be bunny hopping here, and I'm going to be shooting and aiming at targets, and you'll notice that my character actually does get fatigued. Now once I'm actually done shooting at my targets and I decide to start running again, you'll notice that my character's actually going so slow it looks like he's tripping over his own shoelaces. Now this makes shooting at players once they're coming out of a bunny hop pretty easy to do. I can see where they would want to nerf the spam ever so slightly, but please, like you said, find that sweet spot so that way spamming is not so egregious, but at the same time let us keep the bunny hop and make it so that the bunny hopping and movement and actually breaking cameras and stuff is still viable in the game. Because at the end of the day, one of the main things that actually makes this game really fun is the movement. It does feel incredibly fast and floaty, like once you get the feeling of it, and just when you're sliding and bunny hopping around and stuff, that's when this game actually feels it's at its best. I'm not trying to knock the guys that want a slower FPS shooter experience. If you guys really want something like that, I mean, hell, you could go back and play Modern Warfare 2 where they completely took out slide canceling. I mean, you can just sit down, aim down sights, down lanes and stuff forever, not even move, still get really easy kills. I mean, yes, that would be honestly the game for you. If your main concern is that you're not able to do the movements or the bunny hopping and stuff yourself, go out and get a scuff controller. And no, it doesn't actually have to be a scuff controller, and we are in 2024. If you are a person that takes FPS games or competitive FPS games even halfway seriously, I'm at a point now where I think that there is really almost zero excuse for you to not own a scuff controller. Now, there are some people that can play claw and just paw the hell out of their controller, but that is incredibly tough, and those people are few and far in between. Just get yourself a decent controller, guys. I mean, 9 out of 10 people in the FPS scene are using these things, and like I said before, there's really no excuse for you guys not to own one now. And it really doesn't matter what platform you are on nowadays, each one of them have their own. I mean, Xbox has their own Elite controller, PlayStation has the PlayStation Edge controller, you got scuff controllers, you have hex controllers, you got aim controllers. Hell, you can even go to Walmart and all of the Power A controllers that cost $20 to $30 all have buttons that are built in on the back, and they come for all consoles. Believe me, trust me, I know $150 to $200 is a big chunk of change to spend on a controller, but if you mainly game on FPS games, and like if this is a big part of your hobby, I mean, I think it would definitely be worth your time, definitely in your interest to invest in some sort of a pro controller. Honestly, really, if you don't have one of these, you're just going to be putting yourself at a massive disadvantage no matter what FPS game you play nowadays. Which does also kind of bring me to the topic of skill-based matchmaking. Now, the matchmaking in this game really, honestly, it does feel good. Like most of the time, you really do get just a mixture of lobbies. You could just be in an absolute blender, one lobby just getting absolutely stomped on, and then in the next lobby, you're the one that's doing the stomp. But I know that there's this big misconception that everybody everybody thinks because there's no skill-based matchmaking means that the lobbies and everything aren't going to be sweaty, and I'm going to tell you right now that is absolutely false. Now, unfortunately, we're not like back in 2014 anymore, where the new, FPS shooters are still kind of new to everybody, and everybody's still kind of learning the mechanics and getting better at the game. As the years go on with more and more FPS games, and as these games evolve, kids are just getting better and better at these games. People in general are getting better and better at these games. So over time, it's just going to be natural that these FPS games just keep on getting more and more sweaty over time, because that's just how it is. People are going to be getting better and better at these games as time goes on. I have seen quite a few comments of people saying, you guys really need to just stop comparing this to Call of Duty. It's not Call of Duty. Now, while you guys are correct, this game isn't Call of Duty, but you know what it is? It is the closest game to Call of Duty that we have. There is a lot of other arena-based style shooters out there, but they're either team-based or they're a little bit more tactical. For one, we have Halo, but the Halo franchise is pretty much dead, and all the games lately have been kinda ass, I'm not gonna lie. The kill in Halo is way slower, and it's just a different style of gameplay. You can say the same thing for games like CSGO or Rainbow Six Siege. All of these games are just a little bit more slower and more tactical. Games like Valorant and the Finals, games like Overwatch or Insurgency Sandstorm, and the big major one that probably comes closest to Call of Duty but still even stays in their own lane, which is Battlefield. XDefiant truly is the absolute closest contender and a competitor to Call of Duty that it probably has ever had, at least in the AAA gaming space anyways. I know that there is a couple other games that like completely mimic Call of Duty, like we got Combat Master and stuff like that, but I don't really count those. That game is absolutely crazy. I don't know how they get away with over half of the stuff that they did. Like over half the assets in that game are actually straight up ripped from Warzone and from Call of Duty. I don't know, man. I really don't know how they do it. All in all, I would say that the BHopping in XDefiant right now is actually somewhat of a good thing. I mean, I do kind of see why that they would want to tone down the spam just ever so slightly. Just please don't go completely overboard with it, so where the sway is just absolutely uncontrollable and makes me not want to bunny hop at all. Now, while as much as some people just don't really want to accept it, movement is one of the main reasons why this game is actually successful right now. It's not only is Call of Duty in a little bit of a down point where we're just kind of waiting for the new game to release, but at the same time, there is a lot of things that actually just make this game fun from an FPS lover's perspective. Really, I think my biggest con with XDefiant so far is just the earnable content that is in game, but yet we are only in the preseason so far, so hopefully with season 1, Mark and the team end up just shoving a bunch of stuff in here for us to actually earn and do stuff for us to do. Just going for those mastery camos is a little bit lackluster. I mean, especially when there's no challenges or gold, it's just earn XP, which don't get me wrong, I actually like that. Sometimes going for like headshots and everything can get a little bit tedious, but we definitely need a few more things and some more things to actually earn and go for, like camos and character skins and stuff like that. Because as it stands right now, the game just needs to feel a little bit more fleshed out, but like I said, we are in the preseason, so I'm definitely willing to forgive that just a little bit. Also, the gun leveling is just incredibly slow. I mean, Mark, you guys could speed that up ever so slightly, huh? I'm not asking for it to be Call of Duty fast or for me to be able to get a gold gun in just a few matches, but I mean, just ever so slightly, man. I mean, the levels are just insanely slow. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys are thinking about all this. Are you enjoying XDefiant? As it stands right now, I know I definitely am, but we do have to see if this game does have the legs to stand on in the long run. If you guys did enjoy the video, please do me the biggest favor in the world and rock the hell out of that like button for your boy and subscribe to the channel. We are so close to 18,000 subscribers. I cannot thank you guys enough for all the support lately. We are mainly a zombies channel over here, and I'm not sure how well that this video is going to do, so please everybody do me the biggest favor, share it out, like it, subscribe, hit all those buttons, do whatever you can. Let's push this video into the algorithm. Again, thank you for all the support, everybody. I'll catch you in the next one.